Hey everyone, I wanted to do something different with my YouTube video. Typically, it's me working on cars for the most part. It's me attending car shows or showing you footage from my car shows, but I wanted to focus on something special this month. It is National Women's Month. So I want to take a moment to talk about being a woman in the automotive industry. First of all, I want to say, never underestimate the power of a woman, but also I want to apologize because there was another shirt I wanted to wear, but I wore it last week. It's from my sister-in-law, Maria, who helps out at my car shows, and it has my favorite quote of all time on it. Well-behaved women rarely make history. Thank you for the shirt. And also, well-behaved women rarely make history, which I'm not out there breaking the law or anything, but it also made me realize how many people tell me to behave on a regular basis. Okay, behave. Why would I want to? So yes, well-behaved women rarely make history. So let's talk about being a woman in the automotive industry. Growing up, I never would have guessed that just riding in my dad's car would have grown into such a huge part of my life. That small interest in a vehicle is now my whole entire world. I work in the industry holding my own car shows, and I get more opportunities all the time within this industry. And I am so thankful, and I'm so blessed that I was able to get this passion from my dad. So I want to talk about some of the amazing women that I met at SEMA, but actually to do that, I have to backtrack a little bit. Let's talk about my job, working with Martin & Company Advertising. The owner of the company, Zan Martin, she has owned this company for over 30 years now. So to be a woman, to be working for a company that's woman-owned in this industry, whenever I interviewed with her, I'll be totally honest, I had like a fangirl moment, to even just speak to a woman that's been involved with this industry for so many years. And I feel like I am just out of this big hill. I'm just at the bottom. I'm just getting started, and that's with my car shows. And I get a few comments at those, like if I know what I'm doing when I'm judging. And the funny thing is, people come up to the trailer all the time. Well, I want to talk to Mel. How can I help you? That's me. Oh, I was thinking Mel was some old dude with gray hair. No, it's me. And it's funny. It's just a nickname, Mel. Anyways, so working with Zan, she believes in growing her people to grow her company and is just a phenomenal role model to me. And I am so blessed that I get to work with her every single day. And I'm learning even more about this industry through her. And I'm so thankful for that. And these women that I met with SEMA, so check this out. Okay, so at SEMA, there was a whole pep talk, and it was called Engaging the Next Generation of Women in Motorsports. And I heard from 4 amazing women, all involved in this industry with different aspects. Some in racing, some own their own IndyCar team. It was awesome. It was great. It was great to hear them share stories, and so many of them were so similar to things that I've experienced with, thinking that Mel is a dude running car shows. To relate so closely to these women that have climbed this hill, it filled me up. So then there was a SEMA Business Women's Network reception, and they had a photo booth there. And so these were the women that I met. I'll have to take a picture of this and add it. So these women came from, again, all different sides of the automotive industry. And we're standing in line by the photo booth, and we didn't have like a group of people. We were kind of like just these random women that appeared, and they were like, hey, you want to get a picture together? Instant best friends. And that is what I am loving so much about the women in this industry, is how quick we become such good friends and so close. And we all have this common goal, just to be women in a man's industry, and the closeness that comes from that. So next, I want to talk about one of my greatest role models in this industry, Jessie Combs. And if you don't know who Jessie Combs is, I have to recommend watching The Fastest Woman on Earth. And it is on HBO Max. And here's what the cover looks like, Jessie Combs. And she has always been a role model to me in this industry, from watching her on Mythbusters and then her having her own TV show and exploring, you know, just different car things, and the amount of time she's been pulled over. I know I've not caught her on that. I hope not to, but it happens. Anyways, so Jessie broke down walls in this industry for women, and largely her greatest accomplishment was breaking the land speed record, the fastest woman on Earth. To give a little bit of history, out in the Salt Flats in Oregon, you know, they make these essentially rocket ships on wheels to break the land speed record. And prior to Jessie, in 1965, Lee Breedlove broke the record at 308.56 miles per hour. In 1976, Kitty O'Neill broke the record at 512.71 miles per hour. 512 miles per hour. That's how fast you go in an airplane, 30,000 feet above sea level. 500 miles per hour on land. Can you imagine the feeling? So I already had this love for Jessie, and then watching The Fastest Woman on Earth just really seeded that in for me. And I watched it once and was just 100% totally consumed. And then I watched it a second time and I took notes. And that is what I'm referencing. And a few things that she said. And so Kitty O'Neill, who broke the record in 1976, she was deaf. And so Jessie, in relation to herself with Kitty, and she went and met Kitty and got her blessing to break this land speed record. Jessie was saying, you know, for Kitty, it was breaking down these walls for the deaf community on top of being a woman. But for Jessie, she said, for me, it's for girls and it's for women. To let them know that they can go fast, get dirty, and have fun and be just as good as the boys, if not better, and still at the end of the day be a girl. And that is so incredibly important and amazing. Excuse me, my goodness. I didn't think this would have this effect on me, but I am really passionate about this. I'm really passionate about being a woman in the automotive industry and breaking down these walls. And Jessie having that confidence to pursue anything that she had her heart set on. And with driving that car, she said, I have to trust myself. The moment I start doubting myself is the moment I'm going to fail. And from that, the advice that I gave to the girls as Miss Motorama, as outgoing queen, and I have to apologize to the other ladies that run that contest, because I made them shimmy around the program because I wanted the girls to be on stage whenever I gave my final speech, because I wanted to share this advice with them. So what my advice was, to never doubt yourself. You are totally capable of accomplishing any dream that you have, any goal that you have. That was my advice to them. And to further talk about Jessie, she was asked what makes her happy. And the whole time I watched this, I was like, that's exactly how I feel. So Jessie's answer was, what makes you happy? Changing the world. I make a difference in people's lives by doing what I love to do. And I think it's what I was born for. That is my life holding car shows. As we enter our 11th year, I've held 38 shows and I've raised over $189,000 for charities and organizations in need. All in central Pennsylvania. I have dreams that I want to achieve and I work towards those every day. What my biggest takeaway from this is, and what I want to share today, with it being National Women's Month, so not just today, but every day this month, is, you know, if you're a woman in this industry, or maybe you're just on the cusp, you're just on the outside, it's something you really want to get involved in, but you don't know how to. And this is also in relation to the Miss Motorama contest. So if you have an interest in motorsports, maybe it's riding a dirt bike, maybe it's buying a Harley because you just want to know what it's like. Perhaps it's getting into RC racing. Maybe it's bigger, maybe it's holding car shows. Maybe it's not quite that big. Maybe it's just taking a car to car shows. If there is any question that I can answer for you, I would love to do that. And if I don't know the answer, I bet I know a woman out there that does. So please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and join with me celebrating National Women's Month and put yourself out there. And I'm not saying you have to get involved in the automotive industry. Maybe it's some other male-dominated industry. Maybe you want to be an engineer. Go be an engineer. Maybe you want to be a firefighter. Go be a firefighter. There's nothing stopping us from achieving whatever we dream of. So that's my soapbox. If it's a soapbox, that's what I wanted to talk about. And I'm so thankful that I have this platform that I can share my thoughts on, and I'd love to know yours. And yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm really thankful for the way I was brought up, you know, in a garage, in a car, and that led me to where I am today, working in this industry and sharing my experiences with so many awesome women. Thank you.